This is my running coach, Sean Williams. He also coaches the male and female winners of the 2010 City2Surf. And just because Sean coaches the best doesn't mean he can't coach me too. Ben St Lawrence has been with Sean since 2006, and in that time has gone from lump to legend.
Never took it too seriously, then had a bit of time off when I went to university and just enjoying the social side of things. But then I decided to get into running seriously back in 2006. I never intended to have 5 or 6 years of inactivity, and I just kind of was still trying to run, but I wasn't putting the effort in, I wasn't training enough, and so I was getting disappointing results at races, and I was always feeling guilty for going out drinking rather than training. So it got to the point where I just decided I'd stop the running and that way I'd be able to enjoy the social side of things without the feelings of guilt and that sort of thing. But the further and further I got, and the more weight I put on, the less fit I got, it sort of started to seem like running was never really going to happen. It probably just reached a point where I was so unhealthy that I had to do something. I had to change my lifestyle in some way, and so that sort of got the ball rolling. And then I was down at the Melbourne Commonwealth Games in 2006, and I was watching the events out there, watching these athletes looking extremely fit and healthy, really enjoying themselves, running in the green and gold, and I saw the benefit they had of having applied themselves and trained hard, and I thought I'd like to give that a bit of a try. So initially it was tough, and it was just hard breaking old habits. I just loved being around people. I liked being part of the action, never wanted to miss out on a party, that sort of thing. And so initially I'd be staying home and sort of be really anxious, just wondering what I was missing with everyone else out. But I guess you get used to it, and you've got different goals, and I needed a fresh change anyway, so that made it a bit easier. It's something I felt like I really wanted to do. I wasn't sure whether I could or not. I'd treated my body like a garbage dump for 5 or 6 years, and I wasn't sure whether that was going to have lasting effects and make it impossible for me to get to the elite level of running. But I just got started, and slowly but surely started chipping away and getting faster and faster, and 4 years later I qualified for the Commonwealth Games. So yeah, it was quite surreal actually. I was on the start line at Delhi looking around, looking at myself in the Australia kit, just thinking, yeah, I've done it, it's awesome. If I have a good race, it's amazing. You've got, physically you've got the endorphins flowing, you're on a bit of a runner's high. Quite often you've sacrificed a lot to get to the race, and if you run well, you're on such a high, you're so proud of how you've gone, and nothing else really matters. When you're running well, it's an amazing feeling.
And I can only imagine what it must feel like to win the City2Surf.
It'll go down as a career highlight no matter what else I do. Yeah, it was great having all my family and friends there. Being in Sydney, it was like a good chance to race with my home crowd and friends and family there. I had a whole bunch of training partners and old uni mates and my family at the finish line, so to be able to win in such a close race, I think it was great. And having them there, or to share a beer with afterwards, was good as well. I've run it as a back of the pack kind of guy. I've run it as a kid, but to be able to run it, from the starting line, on the front line, with 80,000 people behind you, people lined along the streets cheering, and helicopters flying, filming you, that sort of thing. It's a really amazing experience, something that I'll probably never forget. Sometimes the most random things will go through your mind. You might have a song stuck in your head, or you might just be thinking about a conversation you had with someone. So it's amazing. Sometimes you really focus on the race. You might be really hurting, and it takes all your concentration just to put one foot in front of the other, but then your mind might drift off, and you start thinking about what you're going to have for dinner that night and that sort of thing. So yeah, I can't do it this year. I've got the World Championships less than
So
2
with
weeks
Ben
later
not competing
Korea.
this year, what advice does he have for beginners?
If you have been preparing, you'll get through it fine. It's amazing what you can do on the day with the support of all the people around you and the buzz in the air. Training wise, yeah, make sure you do a few hill sessions, because the hills are the main aspect of City2Surf that'll get you. But yeah, if you've done enough running and you're mentally prepared for it, you'll be able to get through it.
Have I done enough training? Am I mentally prepared? With only a few weeks to go, I hope I've done enough. For Lara Tamsett, winning the City2Surf in 2010 was a career highlight, but finding the right balance can sometimes be tricky.
I do find I make a lot of sacrifices for running. At the moment, it's definitely above my study in terms of priority. I don't put it before a few things: my happiness, my health, and my family and my friends. So if I feel any of those things are being impacted, yeah, I'd definitely reevaluate my values and my priorities. But at the moment, running definitely comes above my social life sometimes. I've been with my coach for 10 years and I have the utmost respect for him, and he has so much knowledge and passion for the sport. It's so great to have him and ask him questions, and he gives me guidance. And yeah, without him I would be very confused, and I'm sure I would have made many more mistakes than I have. The City2Surf and winning that in front of my home crowd and in my own city, in front of my friends and family who were all there along the way supporting, it was probably one of my most special experiences to date. And my advice for people doing the City2Surf is to go out easy. You got to feel good at halfway. So yeah, if you've hit the wall by halfway, you're not in a good state at all. So make sure you get to the 7K mark, probably around Heartbreak Hill, feeling you've got a lot left in the tank, and enjoy it as well.
This year, Lara is fundraising for the Black Dog Institute.
Fundraising for. If you go to the City2Surf webpage, there's a fundraising link, and you click on that and search for my name, Lara Tamsett. Under the Black Dog Institute, you'll find a section where you can donate anything from $1 to $1 million if you like. That would be nice. Well, that would be nice for them.
The City2Surf raises over $2 million for Australian charities every year. To donate to any of the participating charities or sponsored entrants, go to www.fundraise.city2surf.com.au.